G'day and welcome in for Runners. Day number 2 of the anniversary sale with Robert Space Industries. I'm joined today by Seerthe6th. How you doing, buddy?
Tired.
Yes, and I'm tired execute. All this late night streaming stuff is really starting to get old, and we're only at day 2. We've got about a week to go. So I'm going to cut straight to the chase and put us straight in game. And what the hell's going on? Does it come up? Nope. Oh, there it is. Alright, sorry about that. We're in though now, which is good. Yeah, so Seerthe, first impressions of RSI sale.
I mean, if I remember correctly, this is the exact same as last year, with the exception of the Mantis in the middle.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
The Constellation was flyable in 3.3.
Yeah, and these ships really have been here for a long time, so there's not really
There's
anything.
not much.
No, there's not a lot.
The newest
paint job
edition. No, yeah, you're right. This is a different server now because that was closed. I ran about that. The newest additions to RSI were the Apollo, the Medevac, and the Triage, and of course the Mantis, which was straight to flyable. And we haven't heard anything about those.
Yep.
And the Polaris, and the Rhine, I kind of had a gut feeling they were not going to be shown at all.
Yeah.
I was thinking if they didn't have the Carrack there would be absolutely no reason that they would have the Polaris nor Orion.
Yeah. That's a bit crazy. I've heard some of those rumors too. But let's start with the ships that are not here then. So let's start with the Orion. Really increased in price this year, but as you were saying before the show, really big money earner now, physically in size. So I can see why it's ballooned in price. They kind of want to limit that or make it so people have to really work for it. And then obviously the Polaris, which is now a limited CCU, and disappointingly, I've got that weird upgrade thing on there that you can't use credits for as well, and it's only 10 years insurance. So there's some weird options there. Yeah.
For the credits, well, they have the.
Yeah, you can't use credits for it. Yeah, they do have them both, but you can't use credits for. They've got this
That's hilarious.
War bond upgrade thing. It's really bizarre. It's like because they're trying to really encourage people to use cash. It's just really weird. But yeah, it's just in a weird place, that ship. And to be honest, they're the most two exciting ships for me. The Orion and the Polaris. The other one's obviously the Apollo, but that's not in game yet, so we can't really show that off either. So I guess we should talk about that quickly as well. You've got the Medevac and the Triage, with the Medevac being the better of those two options, just because it's got additional armor and some extra missiles. But yeah, again,
trade speed. The
price on that is actually really high. It's now, I'm talking Australian here, but it's actually like $75 more than the Andromeda, which is crazy to me. I just, the price of that thing is just bonkers.
Yeah, it's well. Let me check for me.
I'm noticing sure a bit of a trend though, that everything seems to be really overpriced this year for what it is. I feel like they're money grabbing, like they've never money grabbed before. But I'm just hoping it's just in my head. But yeah.
Yeah, it's $275 US.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more expensive than the Andromeda.
Yeah, which is just crazy. Yeah. So the Mantis
and Connie Phoenix, that's a limited time hole now.
Yep. So the Phoenix, the Mantis. What am I saying? You get me confused. The Mantis, the latest RSI ship in game. We've talked about this previously. It's kind of not in a good spot. I kind of still wouldn't recommend it. Would you recommend it at all, or?
I mean, I have it. The acceleration is nice. I've actually used it and took on a hammerhead with it. I didn't do that much damage to it, but I made sure that hammerhead could not get away from me and my boys. So it served its purpose. It was pretty fun. It was really fun being. I enjoy the support role. So go inside, show them people the inside.
For me, it's
before that guy gets in there.
Oh, get out of my way!
Bump him out of the way. He disappeared.
For me, it's a buying game ship.
You're about to rent it.
Yeah, I know. I hit the wrong key. That's the problem when there's a button and then there's also.
Oh gosh, are you? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so it's a little awkward. Yeah, super
I
roomy.
like I like this because it's like you said, it's roomy. It has the physicalized components. I
It's
feel like a lot of ships moving forward are going to have
it's
the
so
physicalized
quiet.
components on the
It's
inside.
so quiet
Except,
in here. It's great. I can't hear anything outside. It's fantastic. Can we do the rest of the show from
yeah,
in here?
yeah,
uh,
you might as well.
it's crazy. But
I
yeah,
mean, overall, it's a nice little ship, and you're right. It's the niche ship. It's a support role.
yeah.
Well,
For me,
you've
it's
already
an
done our buyer's
yeah.
guide,
For me,
so
it's an
I
earning
mean,
game. Anything under $200, just for me now, is buying game. That's just kind of where I've fallen
that's a
into
fair
it.
assessment.
Yeah. All right. So Aquila, the utilitarian variant of the Connie, I quite frankly
The
is,
exploration.
if you've seen our show recently on the Connie series, Can We Fix It? All of these are in a really bad spot. They just need some serious reworking. It's like they try to do too much and they're not enough in other places, and yeah, that
Yeah,
kind of can't recommend them because there's other ships that do shit better, basically.
I like my Phoenix, but that's the only Connie I'm willing to get.
Yeah.
I wish they just had the Aquila flight deck on the Phoenix.
Now, our grid is probably asleep. But if he was here, he would have done this show. But I'm kind of glad he's not here because he'd do his whole spiel about this ship. But he's just really unhappy with that Phoenix.
I like the interior, I really do, but I don't like how the passengers have to come in, and I don't like the flight deck, and that's probably about it for me.
Yeah, yeah. It just needs a little bit more luxury in a luxury ship, basically. So yeah, not so great in that regard either. And then honestly, I think this is probably the best all-rounder constellation, which is just the default.
Yeah,
Quite
the
honestly,
Andromeda.
yeah. But I think it's kind of telling that the Taurus has just been yanked from the roadmap
Neglected.
and neglected.
I
So
I
I think they're
I feel
gonna.
like
That
it's
means
gonna
just.
be hard.
I think that means that there is a rework on the cards. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I agree. I feel like maybe, just maybe, that one might be a little bit longer, kind of like the
Mm,
Freelancer Max of the Connies. It's going to have a bigger. It's going to be thick, if you know what I mean.
yeah, there was that comment too. Apparently, Josh Coombs wants to work on them again. So they may be up for a rework. So that can't remember where we heard that. I think it was a forum post or something like that. I'll see if I can get some details on where we got that from. But I remember reading about that just recently. It's a nice little graphical. No, it's not a graphical bug. Anyway, yeah, I'm also looking for this. Like when they do this rework, I reckon the Merlin's going to end up being moved up on top. It just makes so much more sense. That way, they don't have to do the docking stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like all ships that have snubs should be that way. You just
mm.
open up and they fly straight up instead of having to dock and undock.
Well,
That that
the way they could kind of do it on the Constellation, if they wanted to do it slightly differently, is instead of it flying in and landing on a landing pad, what if it just flew in the back, like it's flying into like a mini hangar? That could be if they
Yeah,
wanted,
that's also a good idea
yeah.
too. I like that
Um,
idea. It wouldn't
just
cause that much rework. You just got to
no,
close the bottom and have a little opening, little slot opening
yeah.
for the Pisces.
Exactly. I guess the only other real thing here that we can look at and talk about before we wrap this up today is the rover, which is now also with Carrick. And obviously we're about to see a lot more of this. Sorry about my phone. A lot more of this
Rip.
in the, what do you call it? The Theatre of War. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? But yeah, so this is going to obviously come into play a lot more in that now, and I also think the interesting thing that we can take away from the CitizenCon demo is enclosed vehicles have a real good place when it comes to weather and stuff, because these things will keep you warm, where say something like a bike or a tumbril that has an open canopy
Yep.
is not going to keep you warm. So there's just all these little things, and a big takeaway for
You
me.
can see the insulation. That
Yeah,
insulation on the inside is what keeps you warm. That's the thermal insulation,
yeah, like we were talking
or
about with
installation blankets.
the Terrapin yesterday, the ability to store suits is going to be a big thing in certain ships too, because like I instantly thought, okay, so it's a suit for every person, but what if say in the Hammerhead, I think it stores 4 different suits. That could
Yeah.
technically be 4 different suits for 4 different types of landing zones, which is really, really interesting. Um, So yeah, we're definitely gonna start getting all these little niche
We
things as they
actually
come
should do
online.
an episode on the different landing zones because,
Yep.
like, you have hot and cold weather, and don't you have like acidic weather,
Yep.
corrosive weather,
Yep, and
those kind of
they even
things?
kind of mentioned that at CitizenCon on one of the panels that there'll be areas that you can only go to for about 15 minutes before you've actually got to leave. But it'll be Todd Pappy said that it'll be really lucrative though. So
I'm pretty sure Pyro's gonna have something like that because
sounds
you
like
just
it.
saw the fire.
What was the thing
You
about
just saw
the sun has a flare thing that goes off randomly, and if you're
a
caught
solar
out,
flare.
yeah, if
Yep.
you're caught out in it when it goes off, it's
It's gonna shut everything
yeah.
down and fry things.
And
You're
it's
gonna be
why
left dead for dead.
it's why it was never fully kind of colonized because of the dangers
too
of
dangerous.
it. Yeah. All right.
Even if a solar flare hit Earth, and if it was a big enough one, it would knock us back to the Stone Age.
Pretty much.
If it was big
not,
enough,
if
like-
not kill it, if not kill everything or rip the ozone layer off the planet. So yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
this has been Robert Space Industries. A little bit of a lackluster day for us, especially with the changes to the Orion and the Polaris. Is there anything you'd like to add, Seer?
Look at them little ants running around.
Yep.
That's about it. I'm looking forward. Wednesday is the day I'm looking forward to. That
Yep.
should be Crusaders Industry.
Yep. And what have we got tomorrow? I'm putting you on the spot. What do we got tomorrow?
Let me just look.
He's
at
not
the
looking
sale
it up
page.
at all. You can't tell.
It's Kruger.
Kruger tomorrow, so that'll be all the.
I think it's Kruger and Crusader Outland.
So all the little
Tumbler.
guys, Tumbler. So it'll be like the ground vehicles, the Consolidate Outland, the Pioneer, stuff like that. That might be interesting. I think a few people.
I
might
got
be
my
interested in
Pioneer
that.
last year.
Yep.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah. All right. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, enjoy the show, and I guess we'll see you next time. Bye.